So I'm sitting in my parking lot about to go to work, and I don't know. I have some weird dreams. Some of them happen sometimes. I've got this one that I had last night that has been reoccurring for years, and I don't understand it. I don't know much about it, but it's always a little different, and it's always the same. And I don't know if that makes sense to you or not, but anyway, I'll just tell you a little bit about it. I'm sitting on a porch with a couple people. This time, one of them happened to be my dad. We're at a road that's gravel, and it goes down and crosses a creek or small stream, river, something. We call it a river in the dream. So anyway, as we're sitting there, these 3 4-wheel drive trucks, they always come down. These 3 4-wheel drive trucks come down the river, okay? And they don't get out at the road. They keep going down the river. I don't remember 2 of them, but one of them I always remember because it's like a 71 2 Blazer on pretty big tires, like I'm gonna say like 44s. It's big. It sits up, and it's orange, and then the cap on the back is white. And but I always remember seeing that one. But anyway, they go down the river, and I tell Dad, I'm like, they're not going to go very far because it gets really deep down there. So sure enough, not too much time goes by, and they had come out of the riverbank, and they come down next to the river, and they get on the road and take off. So we get to talking about how shallow the river is, so we walk down the other way. So you walk down the other way, and I mean, we're looking around, whatever, just chit-chatting, and there was 2 other guys with us. One of them I work with now, and one of them I used to work with. His name's Chris. Chris is in the dream a little bit later. That's kind of weird, but anyway, so we get down through there a little ways, and then there's a cave. So the river goes into this cave, or comes out. It actually comes out of this cave. So we just kind of keep going. I mean, we don't have any flashlights, but it's light enough you can see. So we keep going. Well, part of the way into the cave, I always run into a car that's like been there a long time. It's like sunk down in the bed of the river. So we always check it out. Sometimes it's an old cool car. Sometimes it's different makes, different models. This time it was a Ford LTD, like 1982, 1984, somewhere through there. Well, the trunk is always locked, but we always find a way to get in. This time we found the keys in the car laying in the floorboard, unlocked the trunk, we popped the trunk. There's always a bunch of junk in the trunk. That's funny. There's a bunch of junk. She's got a lot of junk in the trunk. But anyway, I'll lose it if I don't talk about it. So we go through the trunk, and there's always a bunch of stuff in there. This time I took a set of lineman pliers out and put them in my pocket before we realized that there is a body underneath the stuff. There's a skull. You can just barely see it. And that's when we always quit digging, because somebody says there's a body down there. We need to get the authorities. So anyway, all of a sudden, this ex-police officer named Woody comes walking by, and we're like, Woody, I think there's a body in the trunk. And Woody looks around. He's like, he looks in there, and he's like, I don't think that's a body. And we're like, I'm pretty sure it's a body. And he says, well, he said we'll figure it out in a minute. So he walks down and goes around this corner in the cave, okay? And Chris kind of follows him, and when Chris gets so far, it's not that it's getting dark, but it's like the darkness is like consuming him. He's just standing there, and it's light, and you can see him pretty well, and then all at once, you just kind of see him really start to get dark, and you can't see him. And I holler at him like, hey, Chris, this way, So Chris walks that way. We don't know where Woody went, and we're getting ready to get out of there and go back to the house. and then Woody comes back around the corner, and he's got like 6 guys with him. Have no clue who these 6 guys are or where they come from, but they were all big. I mean, like, you know, of course Woody's kind of short. Maybe it's just because they were next to Woody, but, you know, and they're coming through there, and they're commenting that, you know, we need to just keep going down the cave to get out. And I'm like, you know, no, the out's the other way. You know, we know which way we come in, so that's the way we're going out. And they always get a little angry about that, but they go ahead and they follow us. And we never make it out of the cave. I always wake up before we make it out of the cave. This time, we were almost out of the cave, and to the right, something caught my attention, and walked over, and you could see, like, it was a door. It was a metal door with, like, the glass in it that's got all the X's where it's reinforced. And so I was looking through that, and you could see, like, some metal steps down, and then there was a playground. Well, I hate to say a playground. There was a asphalt area that had a basketball goal on it, and there was like 3, I don't know, I would say 15, 16-year-old kids playing basketball. And I said something about where are we, and then this alarm started going off and this light flashing, and that's when I woke up, because that was my alarm going off. But yeah, it's just really weird. It's always very similar, but, you know, I don't know how many times I've had the dream, but I know it's been a couple years since I've had this dream now, but I used to have it, I would say, several times a year. So it's just really weird, and I don't understand it. And, you know, I don't know. I'll tell you about another weird dream that I can remember very well. This one tends to slip my mind sometimes, but I got one that I had the other day that's kind of funny. I'll tell you about it another time. Anyway, I gotta go to work. See you guys.